Hi everyone, this is Rusty Dog, and I wasn't really expecting to do a video today, but a new beta has come out, beta 4, and there's been a few changes, nothing to the UI, which was disappointing, but one of the changes made to the Beluga was the fuel tank increase. So if you have owned or do own a Beluga, you need to go into outfitting and change the fuel tank because it doesn't get changed automatically. The previous fuel tank was a class 5 giving you 32 tons. The new one is a class 7 giving you 128 tons, which means you probably still need a fuel scoop, but not so much, not so frequently. And I came here, I did a couple of jumps before I changed my fuel tank, and then I came here with about 6 jumps to go. So that was probably around 70-80 light years, maybe about 70 would be more accurate, and I used up just under half a tank. So I don't know, I'm kind of expecting about 250 light years depending on the jump range. But anyway, the reason we're here at Felicity Farseer is because another change has occurred. Temporary, obviously, but it was the change that we had when we were testing out 2.1 beta, that being that the engineers love fish again. So, much to the dismay and disgruntlement of my passengers, I got 24 tons of fish in the compartment, so they're not too happy about the smell, but too bad. So what I'm going to do is increase the jump range on this thing, and I've got 24 goes at it, and I'm going to try and get the best possible, and I'm going to see how far this ship can be made to go. Basically, just to see, are the passenger missions worthwhile right now? Because currently I don't think so. The amount of pay for the amount of distance, but with a bigger fuel tank that it has now, and with a maxed out grade 5 FSD, who knows? So let's pop into the engineer's workshop and go to FSD. She also does other things here. I could probably get an engine boost while I'm here as well. I am on my power limit, 98%, so I've got to be careful how I do this, and I've also got to manage heat as well. So maybe a nice clean, a grade 3 clean drive tune here. Maybe a dirty drive tune at grade 3 won't harm it too much, but I've certainly got enough fish to find out. I think 24 is enough for what I'm going to need. So increased FSD range, okay, and we've got 24 little fishies. So let's see what she can give us. Now my current jump range, I think, with all the fuel on board is around 20.3 or something like that. So that's not bad, 42. If she can improve on that, well, let's apply that and see what it gives us. I'm going to be looking at something, I think it's got to be at least 40 in order to make it, I don't know, to make it viable, I suppose. See, 27, that's not a big increase at all. It was 20.3, I think. Obviously I've got 23 tons of fish on board, but What's that going to be like when you've got people? Yeah, so we're going to have to go better than this. We're going to try and get a better one, because for me, I would have thought that 40 would have to be the thing, really. So let's have another go. There's plenty of room for improvement still. It's the optimized mass that we really need to look on, and it hasn't really done anything. So let's try again. I'm just going to keep clicking in here. Power draw is brilliant. Now I'm gonna apply this because we've only got an increase of 1%, but I want to see what difference that's made. Probably nothing. Well, yeah, not really, is it? You see, a lot of the passenger missions, the shorter ones, are 1,500, 1,600 light years. So the question is, I mean, you can't even plot more than 1,000 light years anyway. So it's a question of working out roughly how many jumps you're going to be. I'm going to need more fish at this rate. I just need a good blue in on the bottom one. There you go. That's a good one. Yeah, we've got bad power draw and stuff, but not too fussed about that yet. Okay, so we've got a decent... But don't forget, this is an A-rated ship. It hasn't got D-rated modules on it. And, well, I say that. The sensors are D-rated and the fighter hangar. But if you took the fighter hangar out, so 28, I mean, you could push 30. You could push for 30. If I kept going here, I don't know how many times I want to do this. Before I move any further, let me just take a look at thrusters here. So this one gives you a really nice thermal load here. Clean drive, again, great thermal load, and you get an optimal multiplier, somewhere between 5 and 12, but with the dirty, it's between 14 and 20, and your thermal load gets hammered. So I'm just going to go do a quick clean drive tune. Also to note, in the patch notes, there's something about Frontier is saying that they're doing things with heat management to make it counterproductive to run all your weapons with heat effects on them. So maybe they're saying it's okay, like for me on the Corvette, yeah, you can have your twin multi-cannons with corrosive shells, but don't do your pulse lasers with them because it's just going to generate too much heat. And the thermal, if somebody else is hitting you with thermal weapons, it can't cause you module or hull damage now, but that's providing you're not firing or boosting or doing anything to increase your heat. But in combat, you tend to be. So what they're saying is that the enemy or the enemy's weapons, whoever's fighting you, their thermal weapons won't cause your ship or modules damage, because it'll max the heat at 95%. But if you're boosting or firing your heated weapons or using a shield cell bank, you're increasing your heat. So that plus the weapons of the enemy combined is going to take you, over that limit. in terms of heat. Let me just take a quick look at my thing, because she does. Okay, we've gone a bit over, but I'm okay because she's doing power plants as well. Admittedly, it's only grade 1, but if I can get a decent roll here on a grade 1 power plant, that'll do. That might be enough to swing it back. That might be enough to swing it back. Yes, it is. Wow, 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 wow. More than enough to swing it back. More than enough to swing it back. Very cool. From 103 down to 92. Alright, so I'm going to just use up the rest of the fish. Oh, if you want fish, and you're near and in and around Shinrata Desert region, there are a lot of places to go, obviously, but I went, let's see if I can bring this up here, if I can remember how to spell this. You really have to smack that mouse button to get these things to work. Okay, let me try. I've got this feeling that it's got an H in it somewhere. I'm just going to have a look, because maybe it hasn't. Yeah, it does, and I spelt it wrong. So the place I went for fish is Khepri, Khepri, and here you'll find Banks Terminal, something like that, and they have fish. But don't take them all, okay? Just take what you need. Here we go, Banks Port. So pop there, get your fish, and go visit engineers. Right, let's have a look and see. Engineers Workshop on the right hand side now, of course, and see if we can improve on. I don't know if we can squeeze that extra 1%, but I'll certainly have a go. Okay, so let's preview the outcome, and we'll do this rather quickly by just clicking in here and try again. Oh, too many dialogues. Too many dialogues of stuff I already know. Yeah, I know this now. What would be nice if we can, it's not just a case of, oh, you know, I'm only trying to find a window of 1%. The secondary effects can boost it as well. I might not have enough fish here to do this. Imagine doing this with the proper material requirements. I mean, it'd be a nightmare. Well, it is, as you know. It already is a nightmare. I haven't really increased my jump range spectacularly, but it's possible that for a Beluga liner, if you were using it for passenger missions, I would say that you would probably look towards derating a lot of the ship. Right now I just went in an A-rated mine, so I think once this is derated in some of the areas, I think we can pretty much say that we can get 30 light years out of this. I'm not getting any luck here, and I'm going to run out. Is that it? I got one more go? Right, last go then. Bah. Screw it. Okay. Well, the mass improves, but this has come down. I mean, if the mass was up here and the optimized mass was close, then I'd take it. So we'll discard that. So let's have a quick look at outfitting. Now one thing has changed for me here, and will change again next week. I have bought a 27-inch IPS monitor, so now my resolution has gone from 1920 by 1200 to 2560 by 1440. Now the good thing about that is that my screen ratio is now 16.9 or 16 to 9, which is exactly the same as 1920 by 1080. So that means now that I'll be able to play Elite full screen and send a video to YouTube and it'll still be full screen. So my recording software is taking my full resolution game, 2560 by 1440, and it's outputting a recording at 1920 by 1080. I suppose I could do it at 1440 for 2K video, but maybe that's something I'll look at later. The downside, of course, is my GTX, my NVIDIA GTX 970 is feeling a little bit of a strain on some moments in Elite. So especially when jumping out of Super Cruise to a station and jumping out of Super Cruise to a star. Jumping out to a station is the worst. It stutters for about a second, quite badly. But I've remedied that because being shipped today is a NVIDIA 1070. I couldn't stretch to the 1080. So yeah, the 1070 GTX is on its way with 8 gigs of RAM. That should arrive early next week. It's coming via DHL, so it should be here. I should have it maybe Tuesday, possibly Wednesday at the latest, and then I should be good to go again. I'll be able to pop all the details back up, and probably I'll have them be able to pop them up better than when I had them when I had the 970 in. So why am I here in outfitting? Right, so yeah, I've upgraded these, but probably I could derate. I mean, if you're going on passenger missions, do you need this? I'm not sure you'll be able to get away with this with a 6D power plant. Certainly, and a 6D power distributor is going to mean bad boosting. But there must be a couple of things we can turn down here. Obviously, get rid of this. This is adding 20 tons, so get rid of the hangar. Obviously, the cargo now is gone, so our jump range is 29.28. So get rid of the cargo, which we've done. Get rid of the fighter hangar. That alone. Let's see if we can do this. Can we do this right now? Oh, it doesn't take me to 30 though. Let's get rid of it anyway, because I don't need it on this ship. So I could probably put another compartment here. Another passenger compartment. I wonder if... Oh no, it doesn't, because the fuel scoop doesn't weigh a thing, does it? I was going to say, I wonder which would be better, a 4A fuel scoop or a 6D. But would you really want to use up a 6D slot? Sorry, a class 6 slot for a fuel scoop. Probably put another passenger cabin in there. Remove it from here and get a class 5 fuel scoop if possible. I just want to hit 30. I mean, look, for the sake of 0.4, we are hitting 30. I don't think over 1,000 light years, it might make a difference of one jump. Maybe. I don't think so, really, but what are we looking at here? 4, 8, 12. 16. Yeah, you got 20 tons here in here. Do I need that much? If I was to pretend to sell this, 29.70 it would go up to. So yeah, you couldn't even get it to 30 from there. And this is with an absolute brilliant throw of the dice, but it's almost, this is not bad because it's almost 30 light years with an A-rated ship. Obviously once you get passengers on board, it's going to go down even more. So let's take a look at how many jumps 1,000 light years would be, or as close as damn it as we can get. Let's see now. 1,000 light years. I can't think of any place offhand. It would be nice to have one. Oh, another thing I noticed. I haven't been to the forums yet to find out what the hell's going on here. And I don't think it occurred in beta 3, because I would have noticed it. In beta 4, all my bookmarks have gone. Every bloody one of them. All of them. Gone. Gone, gone, gone. Now, when it goes live, 2.2, they better not lose all my bookmarks. That would not be a good idea. So let's see if we can plot somewhere that's around 1,000 light years out. What would be a good way to do this? Let's lay it flat. Let's lay the galaxy flat and just go whatever direction. I don't know how far I'm doing this. Oh yeah, okay, decent speed, decent speed. Yep. Oh, you bugger, just a little bit. That'll do. And I happen to have come to the fine ring sector again. I make a habit of doing that. Okay, so this will be 2/3 of your distance on a low range passenger mission, because some of them are 6,000-7,000 light years, some of them are 20,000 light years, but you can get paid 6 million, 4 million, 6 million or something like that to go 1,500 light years, I think, isn't it? Or is it one? Actually, I don't think it is that much, to be honest. I think it might be a lot less. I can't remember. So let's have a look. So even with my jump range, it's 37 jumps, and that's only 2/3. So you're going to have to add another, what, 18, 19 jumps onto that. So call it 20, let's say 55. It's 55 jumps for a short distance passenger mission. And then you've got to get back, of course. So 110 jumps. For a few million, a handful of million. So for me, it's not worth it. Not with my bank account. It's not worth it. Even with 1 billion, I don't mind if they were offering, I don't know, 20-30 million to go 1.6 thousand light years and back. I think I'd still do that, because it's a question of balancing. It's not how many jumps. It's the time. It's the time you invest to get a return on your money. Basically, that's what it is. How much time do I have to put in? And why would I put in maybe, I don't know, 3-4 hours of my time just jumping to please a couple of virtual passengers, and then have to come all the way back? I don't know how long it would take to do 55 jumps. Probably take 3 hours there and back, maybe 3 hours, 3 hours, 3.5 hours maybe. So then it's a question of, do you want to earn 2 million in 3.5 hours? And no, I can do that in a combat zone in half the time. and probably less, and it'll be more fun. So right now I don't think passenger missions are worth it, personally. So anyway, I'm going to end this video here right now, and I'm definitely going to be looking at some more engineers, because I've had a few more open up here. The Sarge, limpets and cannons, limpets and scanners. So I'm interested in this one. Again, they just want one fish, so I'm gonna find a ship that I can stock up on fish and take a look at what we can do to scanners. Not so much interested here. I have no about this one. Defenses, I want to go and see that guy for that. I want to check out shield generators here, maybe interdictors we know about. Frame shift drives, well, is he going to be better than he's not going to be better than Felicity, is he? Utilities, so I'd like to go there. Utilities and scanners, look. Laurie, yes, in Shinrata Desra, and she's right in my home system, so that's where I'm going to go next. Going to go there, get a load of fish, and see what she can do to my utilities and my scanners. So I'm going to take a ship that's got them on board, probably the Corvette or something, and see what she can do. Alright then, well that's this video wrapped, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye. Before I go, I thought I'd make you aware of something that I've just realised, because I don't know if it was in 2.1 when they did this the first time around, but you can get fish right here at Farseer, so don't don't bother going anywhere. I don't know whether this is the same for all engineers. I suspect it is, because there's nothing else for sale here. So I think what they've probably done is added a commodities board to all engineered ports, and just allowed you to buy fish. So before I do end the video, let's buy another 24 and see if we can this is brilliant. I can't remember if when the engineers were introduced in 2.1 whether they did this and put fish. I don't think they did, because I remember searching around asking, where can you buy fish, where can you buy fish, and other people were asking the same thing. I think this is a new thing that they've done, putting a commodities market in the engineers bay. So great, that makes life a lot easier, and it makes things quicker. Now look at this. I'm down 1%, but I've gained here, here and here. I've gained 2% here. So I'm going to put this on because I want to see if it increases my thing. I don't think so, but we're running 29.25 right now. So let's apply it. No, it's slightly less. Even though the mass has gone up, it's slightly less. Okay. Yeah, the key thing really is the optimized mass. That's the biggie. I want 4050 or above. And yeah, you can get above. If you get a secondary effect, you can get it. Ooh, what's going on? Come on. I thought it had crashed there. So far, beta 4 has been pretty stable. So I've got an unlimited supply of fish pretty much. So I can just keep doing this until I get a decent one. It should have a button that says keep trying until you get, like, you should be able to type in a figure that you're looking for, and it keeps throwing until, but that's not realistic because you won't be able to do that in the game. Is that better than what I had before? And the mass here is better as well. That's a good one then. Okay. Oh, that is so annoying. 29.6. It's so annoying. It's the only way I'm going to hit 30 here without adjusting my ship's internals is to have this in the blue and a secondary effect pushing it further. It's the only way. So what I'm going to do is pause the video, and I'll be back if and when I can get something decent. So I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm back. Check that out. It blew past the maximum. 4050 was the max. It shot past it. I got 4% extra with the secondary effect. And my thermal load increased, or decreased, probably. Yeah, decreased by 9%. These figures aren't so good, but you would expect terrible figures like that when you have something like this. Although these should be based on what your original blue was going to be, not the boosted one, which is probably how it does work. So let's apply it. If that doesn't push me over 30, then nothing will. And before I find out, I'm going to get rid of my fish. Or should I keep them? Yeah, I'm going to get rid of them. I'm going to rely on my gut that fish will be available at all engineer stations regardless. Right, let's have a look. Yes, 30.8. So yeah, it's got not thermal issues. It's got power draw issues and stuff like that. Actually, it's gone down to 91%. It was 92 before, so it's kind of improved. But now I've got a Beluga that can run. Now that 37 jumps, the only way that's going to change is to go into the galaxy map and have it replot. We may have to wait a few seconds. I'm guessing that it's going to do it automatically. If indeed it is even going to change anything. Let's just exit and see if it has. My frames per second is suffering on a few occasions. I still want the endpoint here. The fine ring sector endpoint. Current, selected, and destination. So I don't have to do all of this. Let's replot anyway and see if it makes a difference. So we'll clear that route and replot. That was nice and quick. Okay, so it's taken 2 jumps off. I don't know why it didn't replot when I went into the galaxy map. Sometimes it does do that. So 35, and then you probably got add another 18 jumps onto that. So that would be 53. So yeah, in the mid 50s. It's the same thing really. It comes to the same thing. It's not really viable, is it? Be interested to know how many jumps to Shinrata now. Right, 4 jumps. Okay, and yeah, that sounds about right. It's 132 light years, and I'm looking at 29 light years. So 20, yeah, 30, 60, 90. Yeah. Is it 132? No, it's 102, isn't it? It's 102 to Shinrata. It was 132 from where I came from. Yeah, 102 light years. So yeah, that's about right. Right, okay. Well, that's it. That ends the video. We did get it. But my God, I mean, you're gonna have to be very lucky in the casino to get that first shot. I mean, with the same loadout as what I have here. You know, A-rated thrusters, A-rated frameshift drive, A-rated distributor. Yeah. Alright then, So we'll take a look at another engineer's next time. Bye bye.